Hello, my beauties. Hello, hello, hello. Who is on today? Let me know in the comments. Say hi. Let me know how you're going. I know this is a miracle, isn't it? 2 days in a row. What are we going to do with me? You're seeing me 2 days in a row. We can't cope. Oh, it is so good to see everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining me again. It's always a pleasure, pleasure. As I called today's thing, are you getting enough pleasure? The live that I named it. And are you having enough pleasure and joy? Because I bet you're not, because I've just spoken to 3 clients who all are not having anywhere near enough pleasure or joy in their life. And it's just work, and go through the same motions. Okay, now joy and pleasure are one of the really important steps to expanding your wealth consciousness, to stepping into your power. Okay, and obviously pleasure is a very important part of our lives, but how many of you are really putting that as something that's important? Because for most of us as humans, we consider joy and pleasure things that we do when we have time. Okay, so quick, stop, drop, and give me 5 pleasurable things right now. Hey, Hannah, so good to have you on here. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. And I know you need more pleasure, don't you, in your life? Everyone does. Everyone does. Hey, so are you noticing that with, we only tend to allow ourselves to have joy and pleasure when we do have the time, right? Or when we're feeling like it, or we've got the time, or it's like a punishment or reward system we often give ourselves for pleasure. You know, we reward ourselves for, we've worked really hard this week, or we're going to reward ourselves in some way. We're going to go have a nice dinner, or we're going to have a glass of wine, or we're going to go out dancing, or we're going to do, well, when we could do those things, but you know what I mean? Whatever it is for you that you could do, it's sort of like a reward or punishment. That's what we use pleasure as. And if you think about how you've even been brought up in your family, you've probably seen these dynamics playing out a lot, this sort of energy of punishment and reward. Okay, and so then we start to think of joy and pleasure as almost just something that we're not meant to have all the time. It's meant to be if we're good that we're allowed to have it. Yes. That's so right, Hannah. Yes, that's right. And we are conditioned to believe that it's only something we get when we've been the good girl, when we've done a lot of work. You know, when it's our birthday, when it's Christmas time, when it's whatever, you know, it's then we're allowed to celebrate, then we're allowed to have joy, then we're allowed to have pleasure. And, the Dylans are here. Hello. And I know you're pleasure people. You love to have pleasure. You love to have lots of fun. Hey, Colleen. Hello. And it is so important. As I said, 3 clients this morning have all presented with this, not having enough joy in their life. And I want to tell you, let's put aside, hey, Amanda, let's put aside what we normally do for pleasure. Think about when you're wanting to do something that makes you happy or have a lot of fun. We tend to choose the same things. You know, you could probably list them on your hand, the things that you tend to do, the same things. Go out to dinner, you know, do this, go to a friend's house, or have people over, or whatever it is for you, go shopping. We've got just these few things that we tend to choose from our pleasure pool, if you like, of things like, oh, well, we'll go, you know, we'll go do some shopping. That'll be fine. We'll go have lunch. We'll go meet up for dinner. We'll go see a movie when there was movies to watch. But, you know, when we're choosing from such a limited imagination of what to do. So I want to put aside all of those things that you normally choose and start really choosing things that maybe you've never done, you know, or maybe you don't do enough. Like Spirit's just saying, when's the last time you've skinny dipped? Have you even? When is the last time you've done that? When is the last time you've slept under the stars? When is the last time you've sat and watched the sunrise on top of a mountain? You know, when's the last time you've run through wildflowers or long grass, or laid on your back on the grass in a park and stared at the clouds, or whatever it might be for you? When have you done something really different and allowed yourself to stretch the pleasure frequency and do some things that really fill up your cup? Because we seem to only be choosing from limited amounts of pleasure available to us. And there is so much more. Get creative. Use your imagination. Do things that make you feel a bit uncomfortable, or make you feel a bit silly or strange or weird or whatever. Because that is going to activate your power. The more joy you fill up, the more pleasure that your body experiences, you're actually building your power and you're building your wealth consciousness. Because, you know, we talked about yesterday about receiving, being able to receive, and pleasure is one of the things that most people do not receive. Because as I was talking about, we've got this punishment reward system set up. And we need to abolish that. We need to totally let go of that and be okay with welcoming in pleasure throughout our day. Okay, we need to bring it in small pieces all the time. I am a champion at this. I do this. I mean, working from home, it's allowed me to get creative and do things. And if anyone saw me, they'd think I was completely nuts, the things I do. But it's totally normal to me in my everyday. Like, I'll just, you know, Rick's so used to it now because he's been home. But I'll do crazy things. I'll just stop and start doing squats or lunges or push-ups, or, you know, when I want to exercise, or I'll go outside and lay outside in the sun, or do whatever. I'm doing lots of weird and wonderful random things constantly throughout my day to constantly fill me up, right? Because it's important. We don't want to get into this, oh, well, it's a work week, or it's a this, or it's a that, or I've got all these things to do. Make it fun. Make it fun. If you've got to clean the house, put music on. Make it fun. Dance. Do something. Okay, find any way that you can to fill yourself with the frequency of pleasure. It is so, so important and really needed. It's needed for you individually, as I said, but it's also needed for the planet. What you create in your frequency, you send out. And imagine if more of us were activating that frequency of pleasure, and the vibrations we would be sending out there onto the planet. Instead, we're creating fear and punishment and all of these sorts of frequencies that we're sending out. Okay, so let's fill up our pleasure cups and fill it to the brim, overflowing. You can't have too much. You can't be greedy. You can't enjoy yourself too much. You can't have joy and fun and adventure too much. You can't. Because you can do it in whatever you're doing, and you should. If you're not even enjoying what you're doing, even in your job or anything, then why are you doing it? Why are you doing it over and over and over again? Pleasure has to be the first thing that we think of. We have to enjoy what we do. We're not here to be punished and to struggle. That is a self-imposed human condition that we've created. It is not what we as souls came here to do, is to feel punished and diminished and in slavery and do things that we hate doing and that create contraction of our soul. Okay, it diminishes us and it makes us small. And we want to come out being vibrant. We want to shine. We want to enjoy every moment that we can because it's a blessing. Okay, I hope this resonates with you all today and that you really start looking at ways to activate more pleasure and more joy in your life in any way you can. Get creative. It's so important. Put it up there as priority number one. Okay, it's up there with survival. Pleasure and survival right at the top. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me as always. And oh, hello. Oh, good on you. Yes. Yes. Yes, that sounds amazing. Good on you. And that's what you need. You need to do it. Spontaneity. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, well, pop over if you're in the Destiny Wealth Vortex. I'm going live there next in the group and we're going to activate our Pleasure Palace, people. Sounds naughty, I know, but it's fun. Come over. Join me. And for everyone else, I will see you again really soon and sending you all so much love. Bye for now.